Hey guys, this is Tanner with Woodgrain. We're back with our third installment of our accent wall. So guys, we're going to be using 3 different wood grain molding profiles for this project. All of these can be found at Home Depot. We're going to be doing a 285 profile baseboard, pretty colonial, pretty traditional type looking baseboard. So we're going to be using our square 239 profile for the lattice lines. And then we have a Cove 100, which is going to give it a dynamic kind of picture frame and finish things off. So those are the 3 profiles we're going to be using for this project. We have a lot of other molding profiles that will give similar looks, kind of decide what you're trying to go for. I personally just went with those because I thought they looked good together. The reason we picked our living room, it's the first room you see when you come in the house. We have an open kitchen. We wanted something a little bit more bold, fun, colorful. So some of the other dynamics within the house, we have beige walls. It's a lot of the colors within the home, kind of a beige cream type look. So we're gonna have dark emerald green colorway to kind of top picture that out. With this design, I wanted to do kind of high rectangles on the upper part of the wall and low type squares on the bottom. So we framed it out and decided that kind of to break it up evenly, we're gonna have to break it up by 30-inch picture mold framing, 3 different boxes evenly on this wall, and then on the outsides that are not gonna be fully framed are gonna be 22 inches in width. Our height there is gonna be about 69 inches, and then our lower square is gonna be about 38 inches. So a lot of rectangles going on this wall. It's gonna give a lot of texture. It's gonna frame things in and kind of give a bold colonial type look. We measured out our wall. We actually used a laser level to kind of frame out the lines, which you can see here. And then a few things that actually helped were taping off the sections to get a visual idea if that's the size of the frames that we wanted to make. Obviously, your wall is going to be a different size. If you want to go narrow or wider, use your own judgment on that. Like I said, guys, it's always a good idea to draw out your plans. Just the fact you can get an idea of how many different pieces of molding you're going to need for the project. You can visualize the cuts. You can see the sizing and kind of use this as a template as you move along. So always draw out your plans. This is kind of what we have going on. Funky little fireplace cutouts here, but this is how we're going to execute today. Wrapping up the first step of the project, the square mold has been applied and we've framed out our wall, and now next will come our cove. So guys, as you can see, we've started our caulking. We are in the middle of filling our holes. So we're doing all of our seams along the moldings. There's 3 pieces of moldings that are joining together here, so it's a little rough on getting them to match perfectly. And then we're doing putty in all the nail holes. So putty's the fact that it doesn't sink. It holds a little better, so we're filling all the nail holes with putty. And then our caulking is being ran a bead down the strips. So one thing I've found that's super helpful, especially the fact that there's so many corners and joints coming together, is this caulking tool. So you can run this down the seam to get a better flush look. So it's better than running your finger. So with this, we're actually gonna run some sandpaper on the project. So I have an electric sander to kind of speed up the process, doing fine grit sandpaper. So now that we've finished all of our caulking and putty in the nail holes, we are going to move on to paint. So up to this point, we've taken about 8 hours. This project's been a little bit more intense than some of our previous projects. A lot of moldings come together, a lot of joints needing to be flush. So that's kind of a little bit more detail has gone into this wall compared to our previous molding wall. So keep that in mind if this is something that you're wanting to get, the look you're wanting to get. This accent wall may take a little bit longer. I think the paint's really what's gonna make it stand out. So we're gonna go with a dark, deep green color. I'm really enjoying green tones right now. I think it matches with the beige that we already have going on the other walls, and it'll just kind of bring everything together. So stay tuned to see how it turns out. We're in the middle of the paint project here. I am using the brush for all the moldings to make sure we get in all the crevices, small cracks, and all the detailing here. And then in the bigger panels, we're using our roller. So one tip I have for you guys is go with the grain of the molding.
This will give you a cleaner look. It will look more finished, and you'll be happier with the results.
Okay guys, we just finished with our third accent wall. We're really excited how it turned out. A few little things that took a little longer than our last two, but as far as the finished result, we're really excited how it turned out. Gives an elegant, kind of classic colonial type look. One of my favorite features is the molding, so it's really a detailed profile as the baseboard, but having it fully painted from top to bottom, I think gives a kind of cool, unique design look. So one of my favorite aspects of the wall is the baseboards. So we built up a baseboard with 3 different other profiles and painted all of them. We're gonna leave it white, but decided to paint it all from top to bottom. And I really like how it turned out. It just kind of gives a designer feel and look and more of a complete accent wall. I hope this was informational for you guys. Subscribe and follow us on YouTube. We have plenty more videos coming along on how to install a lot of our molding and door profiles. So follow along.